A revolt. Go back to that 50 Cent post. Because I'm going to tell you why 50 is literally is a diabolical genius.
We met in Vegas for the first time ever. You know, I'm sure I heard about him more than he heard about me.
All right, buckle up, because this story dives deep into a world of whispers, wild parties, and long-standing grudges. We're talking about some of the biggest names in the game, T.I., Diddy, and of course, the king of stirring the pot himself, 50 Cent. You've got drama, you've got accusations, and a whole lot of unanswered questions. So let's get into it. First up, let's break down what's got everyone talking. 50 Cent has never been one to hold back, especially when it comes to calling out his peers. And lately, he's been dropping bombs about Diddy's legendary soirees, the kind of gatherings that have been whispered about for years. You know, the kind of parties where anything goes, and the guest list reads like a who's who of the entertainment world. But here's the kicker. 50's not just talking about Diddy. He's now dragging T.I. into the mix, claiming the Atlanta rapper wasn't just an innocent attendee, but might have been hosting his own wild events on the side. Yep, you heard that right.
I hate when personal things become public, because everyone speculates on things that they don't really know.
Now, 50 has a knack for turning the heat up on anyone he's feuding with, and this isn't the first time he's gone after T.I. Their beef has been simmering for years, fueled by everything from versus battle challenges to accusations of snitching. And let's be real, 50 knows how to hit where it hurts. He's been throwing shade at T.I.'s past, bringing up old controversies like that infamous Crime Stoppers ad, and now he's mixing it with these fresh allegations. It's messy, it's personal, and it's got everyone wondering just how deep this all goes.
And I understand that it may be more attention than you usually get, but it'll be the kind of attention that when it goes away, you go away completely like that.
Picture this, a lavish mansion, dimly lit with neon lights, music blasting, and the atmosphere thick with secrets. That's the kind of scene 50 Cent is painting when he talks about Diddy's parties. According to 50, these weren't your run-of-the-mill industry events. They were exclusive, over-the-top, and let's just say, unconventional. And he's claimed that T.I. wasn't just a guest, but might have been taking notes and bringing some of that vibe back to Atlanta. There's even chatter about T.I. being spotted at one of these parties where Diddy, dressed in a robe, was allegedly playing host to a crowd that wasn't there to discuss business. It's the kind of story that gets people talking, whether it's true or not.
So that's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay,
like that.
damn, all right. I didn't know what that meant. Then.
All right,
Okay.
But let's not forget, this isn't just about the parties. 50's accusations come with a side of history. He's been vocal about his suspicions of Diddy for years, throwing out all kinds of claims, from shady business dealings to personal rivalries. And now, by tying T.I. into the mix, he's not just reigniting their feud, he's adding fuel to a fire that's been burning for a long time. It's classic 50, always ready to stir the pot and keep the spotlight on him. Of course, T.I.'s not the type to stay quiet when his name's being dragged through the mud. Over the years, he's built a reputation as someone who doesn't back down from a fight, whether it's in the music world or his personal life. And let's face it, his personal life has been far from drama-free. From public disputes with his wife Tiny to ongoing controversies involving his kids, T.I.'s had his fair share of headlines. But this is a whole new level.
No, that go to the female, so.
Equal listening. Now, wait, whoa, that's not gender specific.
Now, speaking of family, let's talk about T.I.'s son, King. This young man has been making waves of his own, and not always for the best reasons. Recently, news broke that King is expecting a child, making T.I. a soon-to-be grandfather yet again. But instead of celebrating, the public's been raising eyebrows. Some are questioning whether King, at his age, is ready for that kind of responsibility, especially given some of the headlines he's been involved in. There's been talk of run-ins with the law, social media antics, and an overall image that seems to clash with the idea of settling down.
You supposed to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity.
And then there's the question of how King's lifestyle might change once he officially becomes a parent. Will he tone down the antics and focus on building a stable environment for his child? Or will this just add more fuel to the already blazing spotlight on him? Fans are divided, with some rooting for him to embrace the responsibility and others doubting whether he's ready for the challenge. Either way, one thing's for sure, all eyes will be on him in the coming months. Interestingly, King's situation has drawn comparisons to T.I.'s own early years in the spotlight. Back then, T.I. wasn't just known for his music, he was also making waves with his larger-than-life persona and occasional controversies. Some fans are even pointing out the parallels, suggesting that King might just be following in his father's footsteps for better or worse. It's a fascinating cycle, one that shows how the pressures of fame and family can intertwine in unexpected ways.
You're a great family man. I see you how you blended your family together. And it's not easy. That's what I want to ask you about. It's not easy.
T.I. himself has joked about this, saying his grandson might end up being a handful, just like King was for him. It's a lighthearted take, sure, but it's also a reminder of the challenges T.I.'s faced as a father. And let's not forget, King isn't the only one of T.I.'s kids who's been in the spotlight. His daughter Deja made waves a while back when T.I. admitted to accompanying her to the doctor to, well, check on certain things. The backlash was immediate, with many accusing him of being overbearing and invasive. It's the kind of controversy that sticks, and it's not hard to see how it might resurface now that his family is back in the news. But let's not forget that T.I.'s parenting style has long been a topic of debate. While many applaud him for being a hands-on father, others have questioned whether his approach borders on controlling. This isn't just limited to King or Deja either. Over the years, fans have seen glimpses of his relationships with his other children, including Domani and Messiah, who have both carved out careers in music. The pressure of living up to a legacy like T.I.'s is immense, and some have speculated that his high expectations might be both a blessing and a burden for his kids.
In the documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not, so this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie. And
the family dynamics only become more intriguing when you consider the role of Tiny, T.I.'s wife and partner in parenting. Tiny has often been seen as the nurturing one in the family, balancing out T.I.'s more authoritative presence. But even Tiny hasn't been immune to public scrutiny. Whether it's rumors about their marriage or her own career as a musician and reality star, she's had her fair share of headlines. Together, they've weathered plenty of storms, but this latest chapter, with King stepping into fatherhood, has added a whole new layer of complexity. But here's where it gets even juicier. Amid all this family drama, 50 Cent's been out here connecting dots and pulling receipts. He's not just throwing out accusations, he's digging into old rumors and stirring up fresh ones. Like that time T.I. allegedly skipped out on a big award show right before getting caught up in some serious legal trouble. Or those whispers about how he managed to avoid a hefty sentence despite facing some pretty steep charges. 50's been all too happy to remind people of these moments, suggesting there's more to the story than meets the eye.
Phobic, but I'm not homophobic, and I really don't, care, you know what I'm saying? But I'm bad at the game, and it's probably hilarious.
And let's not forget Diddy. He's got his own share of skeletons in the closet, with people coming forward to share stories that paint a very different picture of the music mogul than the one we see on stage. Whether it's former employees spilling the tea or other artists hinting at behind-the-scenes drama, there's no shortage of material for 50 to work with. And by tying T.I. into this web of rumors, he's not just airing out old grudges. He's creating a narrative that's hard to ignore. What makes all this even more fascinating is how the public's reacting. On one hand, you've got hardcore fans of T.I. and Diddy defending their idols, brushing off 56 claims as nothing more than attention-seeking stunts. On the other hand, there are plenty of people who can't help but wonder if there's some truth to all this. After all, where there's smoke, there's usually fire, right? But let's take a step back. Why is 50 doing this? What's his end game? Some say it's all about keeping his name in the headlines, ensuring he stays relevant in an industry that's always looking for the next big thing. Others think it's personal, a way to settle old scores and remind everyone that he's not the type to let things slide. Whatever the reason, one thing's clear: 50 Cent knows how to play the game, and he's playing it well.
Don't trust nobody. In Hollywood specifically, when you get there, a lot of people don't know how to say no. That's the difference between New York City and California.
So where does this leave T.I.? For now, he seems to be focusing on his family and his music, trying to stay above the fray. But with 50's upcoming documentary rumored to spill even more tea, it's hard to say how long he can keep a low profile. And as for Diddy, well, he's got his own battles to fight, with lawsuits and allegations piling up. It's a tangled web, and it feels like we're only scratching the surface. As the drama unfolds, one thing's for sure: this story is far from over. Whether 50's claims hold up or not, they've already sparked a conversation that's got everyone talking, and in the world of celebrity gossip, that's half the battle. And what do you think? Is 50 Cent just stirring the pot for attention, or is there some truth to his wild accusations about Diddy and T.I.? And how do you think T.I. will handle the challenges his son King is facing as he steps into fatherhood? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy celebrity gossip. Until next time, stay tuned.